Now we are discussing purposeful working, and we got Kevin Wilson from Kevin Wilson Baseball, professional hitting consultant, keynote speaker, and author. And he's going to talk about kind of finding his purpose. How do you find that purpose, and what is his purpose and how he works in all of the categories he does?
Thanks, Caleb. Appreciate it. Purpose is a big thing for me. It's purpose and why go hand in hand. For me, I'm big on details. You have to have a purpose for everything that you do, on and off the field, in and outside the office. I think if you get in that habit of having a purpose for everything that you do, it provides consistency in what you do. Like I tell my hitters, it's like anybody can hit the ball one time. But the guys in the big leagues, they can hit 10 balls off the back of the cage 10 times in a row. No problem. That's the difference between a big leaguer and a minor league player or an amateur player or a high school player, whatever the case may be. So if you have a purpose for everything that you do, for example, like we put the ball on the tee a certain way with the laces facing a certain way. We try to hit a specific piece of the baseball. In our approach, we're trying to hit a specific pitch in a specific zone. As you can see, there's a purpose for everything that you do. And if we have a purpose for everything that we do, again, putting the same food, taking the same route. Some people might call it superstitious, if you want to call it that, that's fine. But a lot of guys, they are so trained and entrenched in their routines and their purpose that they have very consistent days. They're not up and they're not down. They just ride the wave a little bit. And so that purpose provides the consistency of what you do. If you don't pay attention to the details, you're going to get lost in your way. You're going to find that up and down type of relationship with your work, relationship with your life relationships, friendships, marriage, whatever, girlfriend, boyfriend. So I think that the details in life and on the field too, and in the workplace matter. And so for me, that purpose provides the consistency. Through that purpose, you understand why that you do what you do. There was a breakthrough years ago for me. It was a turning point for me where I knew how I did it. I knew what I was doing. Because think about this. I talk about this in my corporate speeches and talks with financial advisors and stuff. It's like, listen, being a financial advisor, for example, I know what you do, right? We have one for our family ourselves. I said, I kind of know how you do it. Maybe don't know all the details, but I kind of know how you do it. But I have absolutely no idea why you do it. So for me, like my why is to help people. People are like, hey, why are you a professional hitting coach and a speaker and an author? I want to help people. So I can help people in the cage. I can help people on this video. I can help people through my books. And I can help people when I speak around the country. So my why every day is to help somebody. So whatever I choose, the purpose that I have and what I choose and what I do, being here today, quite honestly, is you're helping my why. Because hopefully I can help at least one of you watching this today. And so that purpose that I have and everything I do helps me grow and expand and shape my why. And people are like, well, I don't know why I do what I do. You don't have to rush into your why. Your why is something that, like I said a couple years ago, my mother passed away, and I had to realize, like, why am I doing what I'm doing in that traumatic event in our lives, in my life. That helped me say, well, life's pretty short right now. I need to really understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. And then when I found my why, that's when my business took off. And not business in terms of money, not business in terms of fame, but my business in terms of now my net is wider because now I can help more people because I was really focused. So my buddy Joe Ferrero, who does the podcast with me, we were talking about earlier about Joe. Joe kids me and goes, Kev, a lot of things are an early and often no for you. When people bring things to you, it's an early and often no. The reason for that is because if it's not tied up and wrapped up into my why to help somebody, like this was such an easy yes. This was actually, I asked you to be a part of this, because I was like, man, if I could even be a part of this, because I think what you're doing is amazing. And I hope you guys understand, like everybody's bringing in, this is an awesome opportunity. This for me, I was like, maybe I can help somebody today. So having a purpose for everything that you do provides the why. Having a purpose for everything that you do provides consistency. And I would rather hire somebody that's consistent. I would rather be around leaders and people that are more consistent rather than people that you walk into the door and you don't even know, I hope this guy doesn't have a bad day or I hope this person doesn't have a bad day. So you want to have a purpose for everything that you do because it does provide that consistency. And having somebody consistent in the office space or the workplace or wherever you're at, those are the most trusted people.
Sure. So real quick, you talk about your why, you talk about the purpose. Your mission is to help people. That's, your servant leadership. That's your purpose. How could somebody find their mission, or how could they align their mission with, let's say they work for someone where you kind of work for yourself, run your own show. How could they find that within?
It's a great question. I think we have to peel the onion back a little bit. I think being reflective is number one. Take time to reflect on kind of your journey to this date.
Yes.
I'm big on meeting somebody, in their walk of life and their chapter of life and building out from there. Meet yourself. Be honest with yourself. Meet yourself, and then try to peel back that onion and say, okay, why do I feel this way? Why I'm here? And this is not a 3-hour fixed deal. This is not a 1-week fixed deal. This is a journey. Because if you start this and you continue this, it's going to be a lifelong journey. For me, I constantly peel back that onion. But I was telling you before, when my mom passed away, that's when I started peeling my own onion back.
Right.
And I got deeper and deeper, and I realized that's where I found my why and my purpose. And for me, it was like, then it was refreshing, because then we talked about permission earlier in these videos. It's like, now I gave myself permission to be who I'm supposed to be.
Right.
Like, I'm on this earth for a reason. I realized after I started peeling back, I can connect with people. For whatever reason, I can connect with people. I can influence them in a positive manner. I can impact them in a positive manner. And I can inspire them in a positive manner. And all at the same time being truthful and honest with them. So I said, well, okay, where can I have that? Where other opportunities can I have? So when you peel that onion back and you take the time to dig deeper, understanding where your passions lies. Like, what if you didn't have? Here's one thing that I remember. We were talking about mentors earlier. One thing that I remember a mentor of mine told me is, like, if you had $1 million, millions of dollars, didn't need any money, what would you do? And for me, it's like, man, I'd stay in baseball.
Right.
I would help people. Okay, and that was the start. He goes, but why? And he kept egging me on. And it was a deep dive into myself. But I say, I'm doing something, not because of the money, not because the fame. The titles don't mean anything in my world. I don't care what the titles. The person could be a CEO, but they're maybe not well equipped to be a CEO. The best well-equipped leader in the whole building might be the janitor.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I mean, you could. So for me, it's understanding that when you do that deep dive, that who you are is more important than what you do. But why you do what you do is more important than what you do and who you are. So that's what I would leave you guys with, is stay true to yourself and understand why you do what you do.
Yeah, it's a great way to leave it. So we're going to leave this where you guys are going to find out exactly why you do what you do, and how to find out how to peel back those layers like Kevin mentioned. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you for the opportunity.